Hello, 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 I am Ben the Bold, and you are watching another edition of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I only have a couple more of these naval missions left. I'm really excited to try these last three. These three sound like some of the most fun ones. Hopefully they go well. But today we have Destroy a Full Fleet. So we decide what kind of battleship we will use to attack a huge main force. So basically the enemy fleet possesses 2 super dreadnoughts, a state-of-the-art battlecruiser, and numerous supporting ships. You have some money to invest on building a fleet of a single warship type. You will build a few strong battleships or some battle cruisers, maybe even a whole bunch of destroyers. Part of me wanted to go full-on destroyer spam. Let's just throw every single destroyer we can. Like, let's get more funds and just build a ton of destroyers, send them right at the enemy, and see if we can just torpedo spam them to death. Of course, it would be more fun to build, I think, a heavy battleship. You know what? Alright, for this first try, I'm anticipating it's going to fail. I'll just play it. But let's try just more funds. We'll get $15 more million, and let's just build a ton of destroyers and see if we can sink these ships with just a destroyer spam. And if it does by some chance work, I promise I'll also try it as with a battleship. So let's just give it a shot. All right, I know I'm gonna face off a full fleet equipped with battleships and a battle cruiser and some, destroyers and cruisers and everything. But look at my fleet. I'm going to take 35. Yeah, you counted right. 35 destroyers, and I'm just gonna send them. I think I might just try to put them all in like line abreast and just send them straight at the enemy. Again, it's kind of derpy. I guess I could actually give me a little bit more armor, couldn't I? Let's definitely, just a little bit of armor goes a long way with these destroyers. But I definitely want to build 35 of them. So I think this is where I am. This is what I have. They are kind of fast at 28 knots. They're very large for destroyers. They are 2,000 tons. But let's see what we can do. They have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 5-inch guns. But here's the kicker. They have 2 4 torpedo deck tubes. So they're going to be shooting a lot of torpedoes. I could actually go for like increased torpedo ammo. Nah, I'm just going to do this. Let's see what I can do with, I'm going to have plenty of torpedoes in the water with 35 destroyers out there. Let us go ahead and get started. Oh man, look at them all! Look at them all! Alright, so the enemy is this way, so let's go chase them down. I love this! Oh my gosh! Are they all going to head that direction? Are they all following someone? Yeah, alright, so the thing is just the micro-intensive. I don't know if I'll be able to handle all of these ships. But again, I'm just sending them at the enemy, and let's see what happens. I love this. I love this game. It's so much fun. Of course, they're all going to get kind of beat up on each other. The pathing, I think, is just going to kind of fall apart when we have this many ships. They look like little minnows. They look like little minnows sailing in the water. Oh, they're cute. I don't know if I should describe these French destroyers as cute, though. They are marching off to war. They're going to be difficult to hit. They're also going to be difficult to... Alright, so we can see that there is smoke on the horizon in the north. Yeah, so when you have 35 of these ships, and they are able to just shoot torpedoes into your big mass, they're definitely going to hit, Now, if I wanted to micromanage these a little bit better, I could probably be a little bit more efficient. But this was just kind of a derpy try. It looks like all my fishies are going under, and they're all just ready to retreat. Most of them haven't even shot their torpedoes. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. This was just for fun. I wanted to see what would happen, and I kind of loved my little swarm mechanic. I'm also really glad to see that it doesn't seem to be working. I would have actually been upset if I had been able to sink their entire fleet by just rushing in a whole bunch of smaller torpedoes, because I don't really want that to be the meta in this game. I want you to have to build like really well composed fleets, and it appears that this, I mean, obviously, I didn't really try too hard, but it appears that this isn't going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and quit it here, and let's actually try building a real battleship this time. Alright, so I've decided to build a huge Super Dreadnought using the Dreadnought 4 hull. I have the advanced towers. I have 3. I did actually go ahead, kick it back out, and this time instead of taking more funds, I optimized our main guns so I can get these 3 triple turrets, 17-inch guns. They're relatively accurate. They don't have a great rate of fire. Let's see, how long does it take for them to reload? Yeah, they don't have a great rate of fire. How fast are they going to shoot? They do have quite the range at 24 kilometers. The reload time, 96.6 seconds. So every minute and a half or so, they're going to fire. I'm a little worried about all of their destroyers, so I went ahead and did anti-torp 3. I also outfitted a bunch of these little 4-inch double turrets. Even though this one has a limited range of fire, I think I'm perfectly fine leaving it on there. I have 7-inch casemates as well. Ooh, you know what? I've got 7-inch casemates. I actually don't think I added any like 2-inchers to, yeah, so I can add a bunch more 2-inchers. That's going to put me overweight, but I'll actually just take a little bit out of armor because I actually do want these 2-inchers because they just help keep the destroyers off me just a little bit. Let's do, all right. We are very heavily armored. We also have the fastest reload that we can. Also, we have the electro-hydro turrets. We have good range. We have the most advanced rangefinder that we can get, so we should be relatively accurate. What else? Oh, and we are very heavily armored as well with a 13-inch belt, 11-inch extended, 5-inch deck, 3-inch extended, 13-inch conning tower, 12-inch turret, almost a 4-inch turret top, and 8-inch secondaries. So we are a armored fortress. Unfortunately, we are not super quick. I think the 24 knots should be enough for this scenario since I don't think anyone will be running away from me. Now, I am only building 1 battleship, and that might prove costly. Maybe I should have thought about trying to make these things a little bit cheaper so that I could build 2, maybe even 3. But I think for now, what I'm going to do is just try taking it on with just 1 ship because it's kind of fun you're out there, it's the world against you. Your 1 ship is trying to take down an entire fleet. Let's give it a shot. Unfortunately, it seems like the battleship North Dakota is actually maybe not outclassed, but just outnumbered so much that, well, things don't seem to be going so well. We are not getting a ton of hits on them. They aren't getting a ton of hits on us, but just because they have so many ships to fire, they are doing a number on us. I think when I redo this, because I'm pretty sure the North Dakota is going to eventually sink, when I redo this, I think my prerogative will instead to maybe take additional funds and maybe build one or 2 more battleships, so I have like 2 or 3. Alright, so building 1 heavy battleship didn't really seem to work out for me, at least not when I optimized main guns. I've still optimized the guns. This time, though, I'm opting for a slightly different design. I'm going for a ship about half the size. I'm going with the Battlecruiser 3 hull, and it's a very long, skinny ship, and I'm outfitting it with a ton of these 2 double turrets. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 12 guns on each of these ships. I am actually going to build 4 of them. They're very lightly armored, so I'm worried that they will take a ton of damage if they get hit. But maybe just having more of them out there will be a good thing. They still should be pretty accurate. They still should fire quite rapidly. They're going to fire every 38 seconds, so that's much, much better than every 90 seconds. They are only 14-inch guns, so we may be outranged. But as long as we stay kind of far away, I think the chances that they hit us are going to be a little lower. So, yeah, especially since we've optimized, our range finding as well as our radar. So we'll see what happens with this. Here's our fleet of battle cruisers. We have just fired the very first salvo of the battle. Oh, but it looks like they are firing us too. Is any of that going to hit? Are you kidding me? Did that hit us? Alright, it didn't do any damage. It seemed like it was at least a glancing blow. from so far away, I'd be mad if we got hit that quickly. Unfortunately, the battlecruiser Virginia, it actually said it had a minor ammo detonation. So it is, unfortunately, I believe, going to be slowed down. Let's see. Yeah, so it can no longer go its full speed. That's all right. It's still going to lead our column. It still is able to fire its guns. I'll tell you what, our battlecruisers have made it difficult for the San Eugenio to operate. I don't think we've knocked out any of their guns, especially their big, very dangerous heavy entries. But those heavy entries only have about a 1% chance of hitting. So I'm feeling pretty good about where we are with that. In fact, we have definitely slowed them down a bit that I might consider aiming for the Conquistador. Are we going to get another hit? Just barely. Yeah, these 14-inch shells aren't doing a ton. Now they are going to suffer an accuracy penalty because we've hit their tower. I'm a little concerned about these screening vessels. Let's take a look at these destroyers. Yeah, they're going to shoot torpedoes at us if we let them get too much closer. Oh, and it looks like we had a magazine detonation in the battlecruiser United States. That's really going to hurt us. That's really going to hurt us. I think I also saw, did I see some torpedoes? Maybe not. Yeah, we definitely needed all of our battlecruisers to stay in this fight, and having an ammo detonation, that's just bad luck right there. Okay, this time I've noticed something about the guns. I paid a little bit more attention when I was selecting guns, and if you notice, these 16-inch guns, these are Mark III guns, so they are a lot more accurate than the 17-inch guns, which are the Mark I guns. So I went ahead and got the double turrets with the 16-inchers, and then I went ahead and placed some 8-inch secondary guns because, check it out, these 8-inch secondaries, they're Mark IVs, which means, once again, very accurate. I mean, look, at 10,000 yards, it's not that great, 3.8%, but at 5,000 meters, there's a 19% chance to hit. If we look at the 16-inch guns, at 10,000 meters, there's an 18% chance to hit. So at around 10 kilometers, there's an 18% chance to hit. They also, these Mark III guns have the longest range at least that I noticed. These Mark III 16-inch guns have the longest range. They're right at 30 kilometers, whereas these 17-inch guns, their range is right around 25 kilometers. So I'm hoping that with the Mark III guns, instead of the 17-inch Mark I will be a little bit more accurate, be able to punch a little bit harder from a little bit farther away. To enhance my ability to punch from farther away, I have gone with heavy shells. I get more gun range, more penetration, and more damage. I had to make some trade-offs here, though. Because I went with the heavier shells, my boat's a little bit heavier. I am not quite as fast. I'm at 28 knots. That's not slow by any means. I did not decide to invest in the Anti-Torp 3. I feel like Anti-Torp 2 is going to be just fine. I'm going to try to stay pretty far away from the torpedoes. I did invest in some other protection techs, and of course, central firing. I went ahead and went with the Gen 2 radar because that enhances my long-range accuracy by quite a bit. And then, since looks like I'm going to be trying to fight this fight from a little farther away, I did decide to go a little bit lighter on armor. I could armor it up a lot more, obviously, but then I would only send one battleship instead of two. And I think 2 battleships might be the way to try to defeat this mission. Let's see. I feel like... Oh, I also have, along with these 8-inch secondaries, I have 3 along the side. I do have the 1 8-inch secondary gun on this barbette. Right behind the second tower, the secondary tower. I'm not sure if it registers this as a centerline gun, so I'm not sure if I'll take a huge accuracy penalty to my centerline guns. I don't think it does. I think it recognizes it as a secondary gun and not a main gun, but we'll see. And then I did go with the 8-inch casemates just to give me an added zone of protection against those smaller ships. With these 8-inch Mark IV guns, I'm hoping they will be very accurate, especially up to 2,500 meters where they have a 57% chance of hitting. We will see, though. Let us give it a shot. Yeah, when you look at that, we can start shooting at them almost right away. I'm actually going to go ahead, and since they're not shooting back yet, but I'm shooting at them, I'm going to try to maintain this distance for at least a minute or two. I don't think I will get any good shots, but I do have a 5% chance to hit, and they can't hit me from this far away. So I just did a little bit of damage to one of their ships, so I can't even see it on the horizon. Looks like they are able to fire at me now, so they know where I am. I'm going to actually pull away. And let's see if I can take them down from this long-range engagement without even... I mean, I haven't made visual contact with them. I'm relying, I think, on radars at this point. I have, of course, switched to armor-piercing shells. From this range, I think it's the only way I'm going to puncture through their armor. Although I did invest in heavy shells, so... Alright, so far I'm actually pretty happy with how this has gone. We've just kind of traded some super long-range shots for a minute. And I've actually gotten some good hits. Let's take a look at, for instance, this heavy cruiser, which I believe it's had one of its main guns knocked out, so that is a huge blow to the heavy cruiser. Taking out their gun barrels early in the battle is very beneficial. I know we've also had a few hits on this battleship here. Yeah, no, we haven't taken out a gun or anything, but still, I'm not super upset with how this engagement has gone so far. We are, again, just firing at them from very long range. Now, they have actually hit us a few times as well as I come back towards my own battleships. You can see they've hit just this front battleship, what is it, the Hatsui, a couple of times. I'm actually steaming away, and I'm going to try to maintain this distance for as long as possible. We'll see if I'm actually able to. I'll tell you what, we've put a lot of firepower downrange, especially against the Ajax. I'm really liking how these heavy shells are penetrating and doing just a world of hurt. The problem is they are so accurate. I think every single one of their volleys has hit me. It's a little crazy. There we go, that's a big secondary gun destroy. Yeah, this battleship, do they even have a single turret that can fire? Maybe some of their secondaries, but we're going to keep firing. I want to sink the Ajax before transitioning my fire to anyone else. And yet it actually seems like we are scaring them. They are steaming away from us. We're pretty quick. We can go up to 28 knots. Right now we're only going 23, but... And our 8-inch secondary guns are doing a decent job keeping their small guns away, but still, they're just so accurate. They hit us a lot. Hopefully this will be another good volley coming in. Or, you know, maybe I'll just miss every single one of them. Oh well, 'tis the life of the ultimate Admiral. We miss a lot of shots. We only have about a 16% chance to hit every single time. That was good. Look at these cowards run away. They vastly outnumber me, yet they're going to try to run away from my two battleships. We've taken some damage, so we're not going to catch them. Alright, I'm going to try to rectify some of the issues I've had previously. I've made these things very fast at 34 knots. I believe they also have enough funnel efficiency to get up to that speed, but we'll have to see about that. I've only put 4 16-inch Mark III guns on this thing, but I am building 5 of them, so, you know, there'll be 20 guns in total. I'm not putting any casemates down, so I'm going to rely heavily on these 8-inch secondaries to try to keep the smaller ships away. Those 8-inch secondaries, if you take a look, they are Mark IV guns, so they're pretty accurate. 5,000 meters, they're accurate up to 15%, so hopefully they will be able to keep the small ships away, as well as maybe even do some damage to the larger ships. I'm going with super heavy shells. I'm also going with increased ammo. So the chances of me having an ammo detonation are unfortunately pretty good, but I want to try it. I want to see what can happen. I'm going to try to stay at very long range. I have the best rangefinder I also have the best radar. Both of those should help my long-range accuracy, and we'll check it out. Look at these 16-inch guns. At 10,000 meters, they are 18% accurate. At 25,000 meters, they have about a 2% chance of hitting, which honestly for 25,000 meters, 25 kilometers basically, is not necessarily that bad. And look at their range. Their range is 30 kilometers. So that is quite good indeed. I am building 5 of these things. They are going to be quick, but the danger is they are all very lightly armored. Belt of 6.2 inches, deck of just under 3, and the deck extended is kind of worthless. It's just an inch. So let's see. I'm hoping that the fact that I have several of them will counteract some of the lightweightness of them, but let's give this one a shot. I don't have to sink everything. I just have to sink 6 ships. Oh, and would you look at that? We jump into the scenario, and right away all my ships can target the enemy. I'm actually going to try to stay at a long range. We should be plenty fast enough to catch up with them. Looks like they're also going to shoot at me, so let's see who can win the ranged fight. One of their battleships actually seems to be in a world of hurt. We have destroyed one of their main guns, damaged some of the others. I think that's probably going to slow down their reload rate. Of course, they have these huge 18-inch guns, which are very frightening. The battleship Repulse. Let's have my guys keep shooting at the Repulse. We really need like a solid ammo detonation on this Repulse. That would be beautiful to see. They are on fire. We have done a ton of damage to them, but I mean, just look, they're tanking a lot of hits. They're doing it again, and they're just running away. They are running away. They shouldn't. They could easily sink me. I am. Look how damaged my ships are. They are hurting. Meanwhile, the Repulse has got to go down soon, but either way, they're going to run away. I'm not going to be able to catch them. Okay, in the same vein, I am trying to basically put some very accurate 16-inch guns on a super heavy Dreadnought. So I've invested heavily in armor, invested heavily in some of these protection. We're still plenty fast at 30.5 knots. I've once again gone with the increased amount of ammo and the super heavy shells. Also went with the high TNT explosives. I just don't know, because they can just put out so much firepower with that whole fleet, and they tend to be tremendously accurate. So I'm going to try to stay, I know I've said this before, but I'm going to try to stay at range, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, we just had an ammo detonation on the Kaiser Karl. That's huge. That means we're going to change our area of focus, I think, to this battleship here. Let's stay away from the destroyers, though. I've let them get a little too close, haven't I? Let's watch out for torpedoes. Still, though, that's 1 ship down, 5 more to go. They're going to blow smoke to try to get away from us. Oh, we did get hit by a torpedo. That was on me. I wasn't watching. I didn't invest in the anti-torp either, because I thought I would keep all the torpedoes away. That didn't work out too well for me. We did sink one of their destroyers, though, so that's good. 2 boats down, 4 more to go. I see some torpedoes in the water. I'm going to try to turn away. That's not going to work out for me. Another one of the torpedo boats down. 3 boats down, 3 to go. Let's hit this light cruiser, please. I'm going to actually just try to ignore the battleship for a second. What are my chances of hitting it? 6% chance, but with these 16-inch guns, that's going to do a ton of damage. What is that? 4 down, 2 to go. 4 down, 2 to go. Come on. Come on, Fernando. Fernando. I will be ever indebted to the Fernando if it can sink this destroyer. Yes! Alright, one more down. One more to go. One more to go. How about you, this battle cruiser? Koenigsberg. Come on. I don't think that battle cruiser has a ton of armor on it. Let's see. Yeah, 5.6 inches of armor. That's not a ton. We have a 8% chance of hitting it. We're taking a lot of fire. We're taking a lot of fire. Come on, Fernando. Come on, Fernando. What about that heavy cruiser? That heavy cruiser has 8 inches, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult. Come on, Fernando. Oh, what a hit! What a hit! Come on, Fernando! Come on, Fernando! I'm so excited! I've been doing this mission for a while, and I'm ready for it to be done. Yes! That should be it, right? Yes! And that is going to be a victory. Sorry I got so excited, but I've been doing this mission for a while. The Fernando, the heavily armored battleship with those 16-inch, really accurate guns, that is going to be destroy a full fleet. Thank goodness, that one took me a little while. Tune in next time for this one I'm really excited about. The Build a Modern Battleship, where we get a lot of late game tech, and I've been waiting for this late game tech for so long because we are going to take one battleship, we're going to spend $145 million, and we are going to build the best battleship we can and try to sink, once again, a full fleet. So this is going to be sink all enemies. Here's the thing that I really love about this mission though, enemies will never retreat. I've had some problems with enemies retreating away from me. I can't wait to do it. I hope you are as excited as I am. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit me up with that like button. Hit me up with that subscribe button. I have been Ben the Bold. You have been you. And I will see you on the next one.